In our previous lessons, we talked a lot about everything that goes into improving our relationship. But in this lesson, I want to talk about a slightly bigger picture than what is happening between us in the privacy of our home. I want to talk about the network and how we're all part of it. The developing study of social networks is a fascinating field of science holding some great implications for our lives. Some years ago, we got a first glimpse into the famous research by Christakis and Fowler about the social networks that connects us all. They shattered the paradigm according to which we're all just separate individuals living our separate lives. Instead, they proposed something radically different, that we all live as part of a social network that influences our perceptions, our feelings, our relationships, our behaviors, our choices, and so much more. Science is now discovering the reality that Kabbalists have spoken about for thousands of years. Even though it seems to us that we're living our lives, going through all kinds of random events and states, while other people around us are living their lives, the truth is that we're all connected in a tight network of thoughts, feelings, and other impulses. So even if it seems to you that your last fight was because of her hormones or his insensitivity, the truth is there are no coincidences. Rather, we're just like a school of fish moving together between waves of love and hate, closeness and separation. And within this turbulent sea, we're constantly trying to maintain our footing and balance our emotions, work out our relations so that we can feel good, feel that we're in control. But many times, simply can't maintain that balance. We find ourselves experiencing conflict. But that is also not a coincidence. It happens within the greater framework of a system we're not aware of. So why am I telling you all of this? Why is it even important that you know about it? The reason is that this perspective can help us accept and react correctly to the situations that we experience. It can really help us to remember that we experience not what's happening randomly or by mistake. It's not my partner's fault, and it's not my fault. It's coming from a system that Kabbalists say exists above us. A network that operates according to a special formula or rule. It's pushing us to evolve so that we can reach the perfect state of balance and mutual interconnectedness. Everything that comes our way, every negative, threatening, or challenging situation has one simple goal: to help us react in a higher, greater connection, to help us achieve a higher quality connection. So how do we react to every situation we receive from the system? How do we create that higher level of connection in our relationship? Let's take an example. Say that you just started talking to your partner about something that's really important to you. You're going through something difficult and you want to share it with them. You need their support. But then, instead of supporting you and empathizing with you, he doesn't even agree there's a problem. He tells you that you shouldn't be feeling the way you're feeling. He sees it completely differently. So you try to explain yourself, but he just doesn't see it the same way. Disappointed by his response, you feel this void opening out within you. Not only that, but anger begins to well up. All you want to do is criticize him, tell him how wrong he is to react that way. And as we know, no one wants to be criticized or blamed. In short, you're moments away from having a big fight. Now, this is the point to remember that this crime that's been revealed, the communication barrier, the emotional distance that became evident, it didn't appear out of nowhere. It came from the network. It revealed another instance of the original shattering of the vessels, a clear gap for us to work on. It's an opportunity to create that love above the difference. This is where we practice those concessions that we discussed in the previous lessons. Instead of increasing the division that we discovered, fighting over our point of view, this is an opportunity to change direction, not to erase the negativity, but to use it in order to add a positive force above it. It's really like a battery. It's got layers. The bottom part is the negative force or separation. Above it, my resistance to flowing with it. And then the positive force appears, the love. This turns you into a kind of battery or source of energy that gives life to everyone who's connected to you. If you're a parent, doing this work will also set an amazing example to your beloved kids. They can feel everything, and we want them to see mom and dad handling negative emotions in a positive way. But wait, there's more. Your work to correct those divisions that appear can even influence the entire network in return. Because your relationship is really a mini model of the whole. What happens within it is both influenced by the entire human network, and it influences it too. So let's review those stages again. An unpleasant situation appears in your relationship. Your challenge is to remember it came from the network that is now making you feel this division. It's happening only so that you would rise to a higher level of connection. Therefore, you don't hate him, and he doesn't hate you. Rather, you become conscious that you're being played with like puppets on strings. So you want to be smarter than this theater. You want to identify the forces operating upon him. So you remind each other as soon as possible that this situation unfolding is only happening so that you can reach a greater connection. This is how you reach a state of increasing connection that continuously deepens and grows. A love that grows above the changes you experience to a state that is also called a man, a woman, and divinity between them. We'll talk more about that in the next lesson. For now, let's review. In this lesson, we learned that we live within a network of emotions and thoughts that influence us in every moment. We learned that everything that appears in our life is not a coincidence. It's an opportunity to rise to a higher level of connection. And we learned that our relationship is a mini model of the whole. What happens between us reflects what's happening in the entire network, and we can influence it for the better. The more we practice going above our egos in our relationship together with other couples who do this work too, we will infuse the network with love, and that will change reality for the better for all of us. In the next lesson, we will delve even deeper into what it means to have a spiritual relationship.